Firstly, for coming on and joining us, because we've all just been so excited about this. Twitter's been going mad. Everyone's really excited to hear from you. We've been watching you a little bit on social media as well. We know that you've been keeping the nation busy and trying to keep them healthy as well. Tell us about what you've been up to.
I've been trying my best to. Every morning at 9 a.m. I go live on Instagram for a morning workout. And I've been doing it now for about a couple of weeks. I only have Sundays off. We do around about 45 minutes, anywhere from 40 minutes to an hour per day. And it keeps me motivated mentally and physically. And it keeps a lot of people out there who's joining in with the workouts every morning. It gives them something to do and gives them hope. And hopefully it helps them with their everyday life.
Tyson, it's Jake. Morning, mate.
Morning, mate. You all right?
Yeah, not bad. Did you get your Wi-Fi sorted out?
Do you know what it is? I don't know what it is because I've got this Wi-Fi that's like the super fast one, whatever. Yeah. And then I'm in the next door room to the box, and it just doesn't work most of the time. It's like it comes on when it wants to.
I saw you moaning about it on one of your sessions there. Need to get that sorted.
I need to moan about it because I'm paying like 80 odd £100 a month for it for Wi-Fi and Sky. And when I want to use it don't work.
But listen, Tyson, it's well documented, isn't it, mate? The working out and keeping fit and staying healthy is very important for your sort of mental well-being, isn't it? So how have you been coping generally over this period? Because it's strange times, isn't it?
Yeah, very strange times, uncertain times, and I'm just doing the best I can to stay positive, stay mentally stimulated by training. I train twice a day while I'm here. I do the workouts in the morning, like I say, for about 45 minutes or an hour. After I finish that, I do weights, and then I'll do like a 4-mile run in the evening. So it's pretty difficult, but also, like I said before, it's you can take positives out of every negative, and the positive out of this one is that I can get to spend a lot of time with my family and every day being around them, which I probably wouldn't be able to if this wasn't happening. People are really realising now what's important in life. Sometimes we get lost in the ride of life, thinking what we want to do and all these ambitions and everything, and we forget about sometimes the really important things: the families, the friends, loved ones, health, your strength, which is the most important things in anybody's life. It's health and strength, and now we're really realising what it's about. So it has awoken me, because I was one of those people who fell victim to always chasing stuff and always wanting to do big things, and I was never happy sitting at home, and I always wanted to go out and be active and do stuff. And now I've had time, like a couple of weeks I've been locked down. Now I've had time to focus on the things that really matter in my life and the things that are really important. I think I'll come back a different person. I'll have a different mindset.
Wow.
Tyson, I was going to ask you, mate, boxing, like all sports, has clearly been affected with coronavirus and what's happening. Obviously, AJ Pula has been cancelled, but even there was a wee boxing show up in the town where I was born, Bridge of Weir. Everybody's looking forward to a boxing show. That's clearly been cancelled. But I need to tell you, mate, the question I'm going to ask you is, are you aware how popular your Instagram thing is? Because all the guys in the gym and the girls in the gym that go to the boxing, they're all tuning in and they're really enjoying it, mate.
Well, that's what I hoped would happen. I hoped that people would enjoy it. And, even with me, I do it because it gets me out of bed every morning. It gives me a purpose to get up and get ready for the gym. And I know it helps other people, because not just me. I'm lucky enough where I've got a garden I can go in. I've got a bit of a backyard I can go in. There's some people out there don't have that don't have that opportunity to do that. Working out in the morning, wherever they are, maybe they're in a high-rise block of flats, or I don't know where they might be, but they might not have access to go outside or in the garden or wherever. So this is their only chance for working out. So I see it as myself doing a decent thing and giving back and helping people with their mental health and physical health.
Listen, Tyson, just got to go back to 22nd of February this year. I mean, that seems a lifetime ago, doesn't it?
It does.
Is it like the world has completely changed, isn't it, in the last 7 weeks? But listen, Wilder took that rematch clause, didn't he? So you're due to sort of fight him a third time. That was obviously, the talks were obviously in place for that. That's obviously been put on the back burner. I mean, there's no clue what's going to happen next, is there, in terms of what the plan is going forward?
Well, I think the world's in a very uncertain way at the moment. The last thing that people are thinking about is boxing or sports. People are just trying to focus on staying alive and staying healthy. And I'm in that same boat. I'm not really thought about boxing or Wilder or anybody. I've done my job, and like you say, it seems like a lifetime ago. And only 5 weeks ago, I was in Las Vegas. I'd done my fight. I was out with the fans afterwards and whatever. And then to come back and have a week or 10 days at home, and then the whole world be switched off. It is something like on one of those movies you see, like Shaun of the Dead or like a horror movie. You know, but it is real, and we have to face up, and we have to listen to what the government are telling us, because it's very important not to keep spreading this virus. And the more that people stay in, the more that it will go away.
Tyson, you've been such a fantastic advocate of mental health and the importance of it, and the connection between physical and mental health and how they go hand in hand. I just wanted your advice for people that are listening that are struggling with motivation, because like you say, there are people in high-rise flats, with people without space outdoors. How do you take those first steps to try and get to the stage where you feel motivated?
Motivation is, like you say, it's all in the mind. And there's often days where I don't feel motivated. A motivation's a thing I've always struggled with. And even in big fights, I just sometimes don't feel motivated to be there. So I'm not the best person to really ask about being motivated. But, the one thing I do know is that routine gives me motivation. What I do is that I set myself routines and short-term goals. And then I try and achieve those short-term goals and keep up with that routine. And that sort of gives me motivation on a daily basis, not just from time to time. And I believe in longevity rather than a quick blast of motivated days. So at the minute, I'm on a really good roll with the motivation and the training stuff. So yeah, I train every day, and like I say, I don't set massive goals because they're unrealistic in your mind. And when you're at the bottom of it all and you're looking up, it may look like a mountain that you have to climb. So I set little small goals, whether it's to lose a couple of pounds or to do a certain run or whatever it is. That would be my short-term goal in fight. And that would be my advice to everyone out there who are struggling with mental health for this uncertain time. Short-term goals, and the way the world is at the moment, I'm sure there's a lot of people who are sitting at home and very depressed and very down and very anxious, and that motivation has gone. But, this won't be here forever. Within a few months, everything will go back to reality, hopefully. Short-term goals is my way, and routine, setting a routine and achieving it.
Tyson, I've got to say to you, mate, I think you're selling yourself a bit short when you said maybe you're not the right man, because I remember you came into the TalkSport studio with Big Alan and myself. I think it was the 14th before the Wilder fight, and you were on fire, mate. I said to the lads, I've never seen somebody so much in control, and so you were just in such a good place. It was not obviously, but it seemed to me inevitable what was going to happen in that particular fight. And the effect that you had, I need to tell you, the effect that you had in everybody in that office, the whole place was buzzing. So that in itself was a motivation. So I think you're maybe selling yourself a little bit short. But I want to ask you the question, if I may, get back to Wilder. Were you, given the domination of the second fight, and you won the first fight as well, by the way, I think the vast majority of us would accept that, given the total domination of the second fight and the towel coming in, were you not a little bit surprised that he took the claws?
Yeah, I was surprised, really, because it was a one-sided fight. He didn't win a second of that second fight. But, in this game, it's a short game and a short career. And there's an old saying, you've got to make hay while the sun shines. And for Deontay Wilder at the age of 34, how many big fights are left out there for him after a domination like he had? So I understand where he's coming from. I understand that he has probably a lot of bills to pay. I don't know the man's personal circumstances, but from what I've seen on these American fighters and sportsmen, they always live like a rock star's lifestyle, even though they're not rock stars. And they go through a lot of money quite quickly. We just look at Mike Tyson, went through like $1 billion or whatever he went through. So I'm sure that the money side of it is a tempting thing. I don't think he's too tempted to go in there and get an absolute beating like he did before, but he would be tempted by the amount of money that he would receive, because they go through it quite quickly. And life is long, and the big fights are not so much out there as well.
Tyson, I've got something.
I think that's the reason he's taking the fight for the money.
Yeah, got you.
We're going to cross over to a different sort of sport, a different form of entertainment. Tyson, what are your thoughts on this? Fresh from his WrestleMania victory against Brock Lesnar, only just a few hours ago, actually, Drew McIntyre came on the show this morning and had a message for you.
He was talking trash about me, so I know he's coming up to the show, so tell him I saw what he said about me. You know, he doesn't care like who wins the match. He thinks I'm going to win and he can smash me. Just let him know, all right, Fury, I've won the belt now, I've won the championship now I'm paying attention to you. After I beat Sutton, then I'm coming for Fury.
So Chris Sutton first and then you, Tyson. What do you think of that?
Well, you know what? Firstly, congratulations to Drew, because a few days ago I called that anyway. I said that Drew McIntyre beat Brock Lesnar. He's a much younger man, and it was his time. But, like, I was supposed to be at WrestleMania 36 yesterday. But obviously with the coronavirus, I couldn't be there. And Drew McIntyre, well, I probably would have jumped in the ring and said about both of them. But, you know, I'm all open. I'm all open for the challenge, you know. I beat one big giant wrestler who's bigger than Drew, Braun Strowman, knocked him clean out. You know, I'm sure I'd do the same to our old Drew. But I'm over ecstatic for him because it's the first ever time in history that a British fighter has won the WWE Heavyweight Championship of the world. So congratulations to Drew. But, you know, I ain't a 45-year-old man like Brock Lesnar. I'm in the prime of my life, and like I've showed before, I can cross over to any sport and win. And if Drew McIntyre wants a piece of the Gypsy King, then he doesn't have to look very far because I'm here and I'm available. So, Drew McIntyre's gone to Deontay Wilder, the most fearsome puncher in history heavyweight boxing. So I'll have no objections on no plans not to smash Drew McIntyre.
I think you're made for WrestleMania, Tyson. I've got to say. Listen, I've got to ask you, Tyson. Has Joseph Parker been in touch, and has he got any more plans for any more viral videos? Because those are brilliant, by the way.
Great.
Yeah, you know, we're always trying to do our bit. Joseph included, a lot of sports people around the world trying to inspire and give other people hope and whatever. So Joe contacted me and said, "Oh, would you be interested in doing a little video to help people?" I said, yeah, no problem. And then I didn't know it'd go that big. I actually was having my dinner one night and saw myself on the BBC news round. I was like, wow.
Tyson, I just want to ask what you've been watching to pass the time, because we've all been obviously glued to our TV sets and certain things. We're watching Gypsy, Tiger King. Have you been watching that? Gypsy King watching the Tiger King?
Do you know what? I've not, to be honest and truthful, as always, I've not really been watching that much television, and that's the truth of the matter. I've been keeping myself occupied. I've been doing household jobs. I've been doing the gardening. I've been washing the cars down. I've been doing that sort of stuff, trimming bushes and keeping myself active on a daily basis, as well as training twice a day. So it gets to about 8 a.m. Paris will put the TV on a movie or a TV series, and I'll be unconscious on the sofa again. People like, get up, what are you doing?
Tyson, you'll need to calm down, mate. We've Viv's listening. I'll be up to all sorts of... I'll be painting the house the way you're going, washing cars, doing the gardening. Dear me.
I've been doing a little bit, but it all keeps the mind active, doesn't it? You know, an active mind is your mind. And especially with somebody like me who can be high 1 minute and down on the floor the next. Like I said before, with motivation, I can be very motivated today, and then this afternoon I won't be motivated. So I got to keep always active and keep that mind functioning on different things, or else I'll end up in a height of depression.
I know, Tyson, I know you're saying you don't really watch a lot of TV and you're doing other things to keep busy, but do you watch back any of your fights? Have you watched back the Wilder fight?
I have watched it back. I think I've watched it twice now. I watched one yesterday and I watched one a few days ago, like beginning of last week. And to be honest, I was
going to baptize that ass.
Yeah, I'm still waiting to be baptised.
Oh, I did that.
Well, at least you start listening to me now. You're getting a bit of class with a suit on. Copying me with a suit here.
You can't never...
I give you a little bit of dress sense.
You can't never compete against the dressing.
And you've even got a nice nose piercing, you little bitch.
Compete against the
2 rounds.
How you going to knock me out?
2 rounds and out. 2 rounds. I'm going to hit you on the point of the chin. Okay. The legs are going to go...
I want to be terrible.
I'm absolutely shitting myself.
It's not going to be pleasurable. So when
I'm frightened. I was so frightened last time as well, wasn't I?
But it's okay to be nervous.
I am nervous. I'm scared to death. You're so scary. Look at me, I'm quaking. Ooh.
Back or whatever. You know, I'm not sure, because that wasn't the Deontay Wilder that I prepared for. That wasn't the animal that I put myself through all those hours in training for. That was like a very, 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 like I said, it would be one of my easiest fights, and it was. I believe that was one of my easiest fights, apart from the early knockovers that I had. And on this level, you don't usually get that sort of easy victory with heavyweight champions of the world. And the guy's been heavyweight champion of the world and made 10 title defences, knocked out every single person. And to go in there with me, who's usually a boxer, counter-puncher, master skilled boxer, and get absolutely destroyed in a few rounds, which is quite shocking, to be honest. And if I was him, I'd be having a look at the drawing board. I'm not having a pop at him. I'm just saying I trained for an absolute battle royale, and I didn't get that. So hopefully there is a couple of fighters out there that when I do go into training camp and I do serious training, that they will be worthy of the challenge. You know, because I'm not in boxing to be a heavyweight champion or to win some belts or anything. I'm here to give the fans what they want, battle royales and the best fights that can be made. From what I'm seeing, if that's the best that's out there, then I'm not going to get the worthy challenges that I crave. And, you know, going back to the days of Hector and Achilles, them two were made for each other. And I thought that he was my Hector and I was his Achilles. And it turned out that he wasn't. He was just another soldier who came and got slain.
All right, Tyson. Listen, I think I speak for everybody just to say that was so good to talk to you this morning, and we're very grateful that you came on and spent some time chatting to us. Thank you, and I think we'll all be tuning in. If you haven't seen it already, is it 9 o'clock that you do your workouts?
9 a.m. every single morning, and I'll be going live at 9 a.m. this morning. Me and my good wife Paris, I can see her in her spandex right now. We'll be live.
Excellent. Please send our love to Paris as well. We'll all be watching. Well, we'll have to do our show, but we'll definitely be tuning in at some point. So, Tyson, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Good luck as well.
Take it easy.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks, Tyson.
Bye-bye.
See you later. Oh, he's great.
Brilliant, isn't he?
He's so good.
Yeah.
He's
Do
so
you know
good
what?
to talk to.
Jake, what do you think, though? I think he sells himself. I don't mean sells himself short, but I think in many ways maybe Wilder didn't expect the challenge that Tyson Fury was going to bring. And I think maybe a lot of the disappointment they hear there from Tyson in terms of talking about Wilder, I think he inflicted that on Wilder.
Yeah, I think you're right, Ali. I think Tyson's game plan in that second fight took everyone by surprise. You know, me included. I thought he'd made the blueprint of how to fight and beat Wilder in the first fight, which is fight on the back foot, which Tyson does beautifully. He's very slippery, very hard to get hold of, and he moves incredibly well for a man who's 6'9". So yeah, everyone thought that he's gonna do that again. You know, all the press conferences, Ali, he was saying he's gonna knock him out in the second round. Yeah. Everyone thought it was just bluster, and I think you're right. I think it took Wilder by surprise. You know, he changed trainers. He went to Sugar Hill Steward, then he sort of from the Kronk stable, and they're renowned, aren't they, sitting down on their punches, and he showed a different side to his game, and it was a fantastic performance.
Fantastic to hear from him as well. Tyson Fury still looking for his Hector. I love that. Let's hope he finds it in the near future. We're going to play more of that before the show finishes because there were so many great lines from him.